Life in the UK Test. Chapter 3, Introduction. Disclaimer. This work is independent and non-official. It is a free help based on life in the United Kingdom. A Guide for New Residents 3rd edition Handbook. December 2015, Chapter 3, A Long and Illustrious History. Early Britain. The Middle Ages, Medieval Times. The Tudor and the Stuart monarchs of Britain. The creation of the constitutional monarchy. From the First World War, to the Second World War. After the Second World War, Early Britain. The first section of Chapter 3 goes through the history of Britain from its beginnings, that can be traced back to the Stone Age, covering all the different civilizations that lived in Britain in the old times, including the Romans, the Anglo-Saxons, the Vikings and the Normans. The Middle Ages, Medieval Times. Section 2 examines the history of Britain during medieval times, including a review of the Black Death disease, which affected a large part of the British population, and which resulted in the appearance of new social classes. The Middle Ages, Medieval Times, also brought important legal and political changes, such as the development of parliaments in England and Scotland. This period is also known for the development of the English language. The last part of this section focuses on the British Civil War that gave rise to the House of Tudor. The Tudor and the Stuart monarchs of Britain. Section 3 is an overview of the Tudor and the Stuart monarchs of Britain, starting with the reign of Henry VIII at the beginning of the 16th century, followed by the reigns of his daughter Elizabeth I, James I of England and Charles I, to the creation of the English Republic by Oliver Cromwell, the restoration of the monarchy, and up to the times of the Glorious Revolution in the late 17th century. Furthermore, this section provides information about the Elizabethan period in England, which is a remarkable period in British history and which includes achievements such as the defeat of the Spanish Armada, the beginning of the colonization of new land, and that is also known by the richness of the British poetry and drama to include playwrights such as William Shakespeare. The creation of the constitutional monarchy. Section 4 explores the creation of the constitutional monarchy, the creation of the Kingdom of Great Britain through the Act of the Union by which the Scotland adhered to England and Wales, the rebellion of the clans in Scotland, the period of the Enlightenment during the 18th century, the Industrial Revolution driven by the development of machinery and the use of steam power. Furthermore, the booming of the slave trade, and its subsequent abolition through the Emancipation Act, the union of Northern Ireland with England, Wales and Scotland to form the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, the independence of a number of American colonies, the wars with France, and the Crimean War, the growth of the British Empire, and the development of the democracy. From the First World War, to the Second World War. Section 5 covers the periods from the First World War, to the Second World War, and what they meant for Britain, after the Second World War. Section 6 runs through the political, social and economic changes that took place in the Britain after the Second World War, and up to recent times. It also introduces some of the most important British personalities and inventions of the 20th century. Study materials. All chapters from the study materials are Crown copyright and have been based on life in the United Kingdom. A Guide for New Residents 3rd edition Handbook. All photos are borrowed from wikipedia.org under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 3.0 unported. This work is independent and non-official, prepared in December 2015.